It was the worst night of their life. In June of 2012, I responded to a hotel in the city's downtown end for two recent high school graduates. They had decided that as one last form of rebellion, they were going to rent a hotel room and smoke weed for the very first time. These two young females were typically honor students. They did nothing wrong, they never really bucked the norm, and they put their noses down, studied hard, and now they were standing at the precipice of adulthood, recently graduating and having to move on in life. So they decided to do the one thing they had never done: cut loose and smoke a little marijuana.
Man, I just totally forgot why I was laughing. Isn't that funny?
Now you may be asking yourself, Matthew, how did you get acquainted with these two young girls then? Well, the answer is easy. I was working a night shift on the ambulance with my partner, and we ended up getting a call from the front desk of said hotel. They called in because the girls kept phoning the front desk saying that they could hear people walking by their hotel room door, and they were freaking out. The hotel staff eventually asked, "Do you need help?" And they said yes. Somehow, when the call went through to 911, it got kicked down to us, the lowly paramedics, probably because the cops knew exactly what was going on and wanted nothing to do with it. So cue the paramedics. We show up to this hotel and we are met by a curious hotel room manager who says, "Yeah, I'll lead you up there. I don't really know what's going on. I can hear them in the room. They're freaking out." So we go up to the room, we knock on the door and announce ourselves paramedics. We open the door and we see two young females sitting on the foot end of the bed, and they look horrified, terrified, mortified even. My partner, who'd been on the job for quite some time, was well seasoned to different emerge calls, so this didn't even faze him for one single second. He grabbed the chair by the desk, spun it around, sat down, and put his feet up on the table while I ran the rest of the call. So I went up to these girls and I said, "Hey, my name is Matthew with the paramedic service. What's going on today?" And they're like, "Just don't arrest us. Don't arrest us. We didn't mean to." And I was like, "Hey, relax. I am not a cop. I am a paramedic. What can I do for you? Like, what's happening?" She's like, "I'm freaking out." I'm like, "I can see that you're a little worried. Why are you freaking out?" She goes, "I can hear people walking past our room." I'm like, "Well, you are in a hotel." And she goes, "I know." So I'm in the midst of questioning these girls, and I just feel this tap on my shoulder, and it's from my partner, and I turn around and he points to the desk and he goes, "They may not have been prepared for the trip, Maddie, but they were prepared for the high." And he points, and there's just a whole host of snacks. Like they had done their homework about what it's like to be high before getting high, like true honor roll students would. They had multiple flavors of Doritos. They had multiple styles of Mountain Dew. They had salty snacks, sweet snacks, savory snacks. They had them all, and they were organized like a locker would be. And there they are on the desk. And so I turn around to these girls and was like, "Did you guys prepare for this?" And that's when they told me the story that they had just recently graduated and they wanted to do one last big debaucherous send-off before they both went to their respective colleges in the fall. And I thought, hey, that's actually a really great idea. Good for you guys. And then the one girl just starts crying, and I was like, what's happening right now? And she goes, "I don't know." And I'm like, "Are you do you feel something bad?" And she goes, I do. And I was like, "Well, what do you feel like? What's going on?" She goes, "I'm gonna be in trouble, I think." And I'm like, "Listen, okay, do you guys want to go to the hospital?" And they both kind of nod, and I'm like, "Okay, so we'll take you. There's not much we can do, but we'll take you to the hospital, get you assessed. I'm pretty sure you're fine." We get to the hospital. We give the handover report to the nurse. The nurse looks at us, and they look over at the girls, and the girls are freaking out. And they're like, "Well, I'm not letting you put them in the waiting room, so you're gonna have to wait with them." And I was like, "Oh man!" And it was like a Friday night, a busy Friday night. So we go to the hallway, and they're sitting in these two wheelchairs just beside each other, and we're waiting. And the one girl decides to call her mom, and she phones her mom, and I don't think much of it at first. I'm just like, yeah, she's gonna let her mom know she's at the hospital or whatever. And so she gets the phone, and she goes, "Mom, the ambulance took us to the hospital. I don't know what's going on." And I'm like, what the fuck? And then she starts, I can just hear on the other end of the phone, and so I was like, hey, can I let me see your phone real quick, just for a second, just real quick. I was like, "Hi there, this is Matthew with the Paramedic service. How are you?" And she starts going, so I kind of explained what had happened, what had transpired. And so about 40 minutes go by, and all of a sudden this lady comes through the sliding doors, and I knew exactly who it was. I'd never seen her before in my life, and I was like, that's the mom. That's exactly who that is. Just the look on her face, just that suburban mom coming into a place she doesn't ever frequent, and just had that scanning look of, where's my daughter? And then she looks and she sees the wheelchairs, and she just like a T-1000, just knife handed it coming over to us. She gets over to our location, and she kneels down, and she puts her arms around both girls, so the girls' heads are on her shoulder like boulders, and she's holding her. The girls' heads are facing me. The mom is facing away to the wall, hugging them. And they all start crying. They all three, "Oh my God, please, you're not gonna die." I watched this whole thing, and the best part was, I didn't even know that he had done it, but he must have got the snackies when he was in the hotel room, because he was like, "That looks like a good idea." At some point, my partner Ryan had gone to the vending machine, and he comes back, and he's standing beside me, and I didn't know that he was right there because I was watching this whole thing unfold. And the only thing I hear is the distinct crunch of a chip going into open mouth. Just, and I turn and look, and he's got a bag of Cool Ranch Doritos, and he's just watching this whole thing go down like a fucking movie. I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "It's a beautiful moment." It's June, people are graduating, and I thought this was a good story to share to the recent graduates out there. If you decide to do drugs, don't. There's your PSA from a retired paramedic. It's not worth it. You never know what's in there. At that time during the city, we had a big run of carfentanil being laced with marijuana, and it was treating people very badly. Not like them. They were fine. They just had never gotten high before, and it was terrible for them. But yeah, that was their graduation. They decided to partake in an act of rebellion, and they ended up in an ER with me and my partner Ryan, who was satiating his hunger pains with some Cool Ranch Doritos. That's what it's like to be a paramedic at the beginning of summer.